PlayStation 5 yayınındaki Street Fighter 6 ile bu akşam Jamie'yi oynayacağız. Jamie yayındayız arkadaşlar. Bakalım Jamie bize neler vaat ediyor, hep beraber görelim. Diğer karakterlerle oynadığım zaman gerçekten zorlu bir karakterdi. Bakalım bizim için de kullanımı kolay mı, zor mu? Bir bakacağız arkadaşlar hep beraber. Diğer taraftan arkadaşlar canlı yayınlarımızın tamamında canlı sohbet uygulamamız açık. Bizim de canlı sohbet aracılığıyla ister bu oyun hakkında ister herhangi bir konu hakkında sohbet edebiliyorsunuz. Bilginiz olsun. Diğer taraftan eğer kanalımıza yeni geliyorsanız bizi takip etmeyi unutmayın. Kısa bir başlık oluşturma seansından sonra arkadaşlar dövüşlere Jamie ile başlıyoruz. Şu an sizlerle beraberim arkadaşlar. Hadi bakalım. Avrupa'dayız. Avrupa'da belki birkaç Türk'le de denk gelebiliriz. Hayır. Kalk oradan. Street Fighter Ken'i almayacağız. Heh. Gel bakalım Jamie. Bakalım bu Jamie bir trainingde arkadaşlar. Jamie nasıl bir şeymiş bir görelim. Deneyelim. Haydi bakalım arkadaşlar. Arkadaşımız İngiltere'den. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. KO. Player 2 Ceyhun abi selamlar, hoş geldin. Ne habersin? Everything up until now and everything from here on out is so vital. Nails the overdrive arrow kick. With the throw. Opts for the free flow kicks to get springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without learning drive rush to keep it going. A quick breather. Player 1 has an empty drop. There's the güzeldi. Not letting that go unpunished. It's the level 1, breaking with some serious style. Player 1 drops him to half, closing the gap. Going in, connects with the throw. Player 1 has depleted their drive games, but they are still within range to win this round. Who's gonna take it? Boosts him and takes a swing. Player 1, holy! What a stick counter! It's like they knew exactly what was gonna happen. İlsat benden de iyilik vallahi, yolunda her şey. Şu Street Fighter'da tek tek karakterleri deniyorum. Bakalım favori karakterin kim olacak? Şu an Ken gibi duruyor ama that opening drive impact shot. Big counter. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Get some. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. This converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Dashes forward. Sees it coming. Just goes for it at this range. Springs forward with the drive rush. Experiencing burnout. Player two has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Burnout activates. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Medium kick hit. Reaches out with the lightning. Went for the chip kill. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win.
Bir daha dövüşeceğiz bakalım karakterle. Ondan sonrasında başka karakter isteyeceğim arkadaşlar.
Goes for the drive rush there. The properties that attacks get from a drive rush make them a great tool for creating chances like that. Hits them for the stun.
Ne güzel dövdü be.
Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Checks with a medium kick. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Side experiencing burnout. Player 1 has an empty drop of super art, scrapping it out up close. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation. Burnout activates. They're both driveless. This is gonna get messy. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. It's a good spot to use the super. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing.
Samet'ciğim aleykümselam kardeşim, hoş geldin.
Brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Çıkacaktım. Yine girdim.
We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position, capitalizes on every mistake.
Arkadaşlar o kadar vuruyorum yine perfect diyor ya.
Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Battles them with a spinning bird kick. Nails the overdrive arrow kick. Knocked them. They were right to be on guard there. Experiencing burnout. Genius read. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now is the time. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Hits them with a stop and block. Goes into the stance. Oh wow, Devil Song. They gotta go for it while they're blocked. KO. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
Çıkıp bir antrenmanda bir denemem lazım arkadaşlar, adamı daha hiç bilmiyorum. Ne yapıyor? Tamam. Az çok birazcık denedik bakalım. Ne kadar anlamışız herifi.
We're in for something special right here. Right
Fransa'dan arkadaş. Hemen.
First round, what's going to happen? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireball. The impact gets blocked. The low kick connects, picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Goes for the throw. Knockdown. Player one has used up all of their drive gear. They need to hold out. The super art finds its mark. Okay, creating some space here. From up above, takes a trip. KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night.
Sürekli aduket adamlarına gıcık oluyorum ama yapacak da bir şey yok.
A brave forward jump there to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, nails the overdrive arrow kick. Player one chases them down. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side flip. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gear. Now's the time. It's the level one. Breaking with some serious style. Player one drops them to half, closing the gap. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. In there. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Player two pushes the opponent into
Yavrum benim be.
buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now that he's made some big chances to do damage here. Player one.
Bununla bir daha oynamam lazım arkadaşlar. Bağlantısı zayıf çünkü.
The throw hits. Now the fun begins. What did they think? Player one in that danger adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Does a good job of pushing back. Takes a trip. Life lead opens up. KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Checks them with the projectile. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Uses the target combo as a filler. Experiencing burnout. Hits them with a stop and pop. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. They're in the corner and the beatdown can... Ooh, this could be something. How can they steal this win? Just goes for it at this range. Oh, command grab. Trouble's coming. In there.
Orada ne yapıyor acaba? Ne yapmaya çalışıyor?
How a solid neutral game wins matches.
Kardeşim Ali abi ne yapıyor inan bilmiyorum şu anda.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Steps in for the throw. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. All right. Player one is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. They need to hold out. Opts for the throw. Lots of aggression from both sides. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. This is looking bad. What are they gonna do? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. All right, what's coming up next? Player one chases them. For KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Ha, spikeri kapatman nasıl onu bilmiyorum kardeşim. İlk senden duydum yani.
That drive impact doesn't get through. Forcefully closes the gap. Strikes back with the overdrive arrow. Both fighters planning something? Player experiencing burnout. Still slugging it out as they're going for the super arc? Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player two is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What'll happen here?
Ya adamın yayını kötü, ne yaptığımı anlamıyorum. Sinan, bu arada yayına hoş geldin. Vay anasını be, onu çok iyi vurdu. Kardeşim, ben de şu an şeydeyim. Karakterleri keşfetme aşamasındayım. Ana karakterim şu anda Ken. Ama diğer karakterleri de oyuna sahip olmayan insanlar görsün diye oynamaya çalışıyorum. Ama diğer taraftan da ana karakter olarak Ken'le devam etmeyi planlıyorum. Bu adam illa geliyor. Ken'i alıp bu adama tekrar gireceğim arkadaşlar. Öyle yapacağım. Yani bu dövüşten sonra çıkacağım. Madem illa geliyorsun.
Drive impact is blocked, but it takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player two chases them down. Knockdown. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. Neither of them willing to back off.
Yani bir de bağlantın kötü mübarek. Niye girip duruyorsun ya?
Cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive impact. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Big throw. Player two chases them down. Nails the overdrive arrow kick. A quick breather. Dashes forward. Side switch in the corner. Grabs and throws them away. Their will to win is connects with the throw. Breaks the block with a throw. Going in. Still scrapping for control of the space. Life lead is just goes for it at this range. Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move! Player two.
Ha, bitti mi? Hadi.
Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Eşek gibi gidip orada bekliyor ya. Oğlum git başkasıyla oyna. Allah Allah, manyak mısın nesin? Hem bağlantısı bok gibi.
trade.
Sinan senin yaş kaç bu arada? Nereden?
Not good enough.
O zaman Sinan abi diyorum. Bakalım hemen abi. Buradan değildir. Buradan çıkmamız lazım önce. Vay, 5 yıldız oldun ha? Çok iyi o zaman. Kem ile oynuyorsun. Ya ben normal şartlarda Ken'ciyim. Ama dediğin gibi Türkiye'de doğru düzgün yayın olmadığı için geri kalan tüm karakterleri de insanlar görsün diye oynamaya çalışıyorum. Keşfetmeye çalışıyorum.
You win.
Ya ben direkt Ken devam ederim, öyle görünüyor.
You win. You win.
Platin üstü olursun.
You win.
O kadar iyi misin ya Sinan abi?
You win.
Ya çocukluğun oyunu başka bir şey ama yetenek de lazım ya. Hakan selamlar, hoş geldin. Ne habersin bakalım? Nasıl gidiyor hafta sonu?
You win.
Ben SF1'i görmüş olabilirim Üstad ama işte ben de 39
You win.
yaşındayım, ona göre hesapla. Yani 96'dan beri oyun oynuyorum ben de. Vay. Üstad şu Ken'i biraz oynayayım. Seninle birkaç maç yapalım, olur mu? Çünkü Sinan abi seni merak ettim. Mutlaka birkaç maç yapalım yani. Peki sen hangi sistemde oynuyorsun Üstad? Yani Hadi çek şuradan artık ya. Yok, sistem birinin ağacında şey var ya. Eski sistemdeki kontroller ve yeni sistem. Ben yeni sistemde oynuyorum mesela şu anda. Ha. Ya analogla yarım daireleri vesaireden yapmak zorlamıyor mu ya? Ha, o yüzden diyorum zaten, ben ondan nefret ediyordum. Hani yarım daire yapacaksın, analog o kadar hassas algılıyor ki yarım dairenin çeyrek kalıyor, çeyreğin yarım kalıyor. Yani yeni kontrol sistemini o yüzden çok sevdim ben. Ken geldi bakalım. Amerikalı arkadaş.
Alright, first round. What's going to happen? Throw whip. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Player one in that dangerous burnout state.
Güzel, aferin sana.
Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Big, low, reaching heavy. Opt for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Life lead opens up. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with block.
Güzeldi.
Player 2 takes
İyi ki Ercan, selam kardeşim, hoş geldin.
What else can they get away with? The next round is beginning. What can baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Player one, burnout activates. A quick breather. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Risky up close.
Güzel.
Still going. A super art. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal. Hits them with this free throw. Burns out. Flatline there. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a...
Bu çocukla oynarım arkadaşlar bir daha.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Closes the gap. Absorbs the attack and fires back. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Player one in that dangerous burnout stage.
Güzel.
Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Will this super art connect? Perfect time to spend the meter. Player one turned this right around with that burnout activates. All right, what's coming up next? In there.
Sadece Ken vurdu mu sağlam vuruyor. Bizimki birazdan gösteriyorum üstad.
Player 2 has the meter lead. Takes a trip. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Both fighters planning something? They're going for the super art. It's the level 1. Breaking with some serious style. Up plus anti-air. Side lead is there, but still
Onu çok iyi yedin.
What now? Player 1, the projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. Player 2
Al çocuk.
brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Üstad hangi? Ha dur bakalım. Hemen bir deneyelim bulalım onu nasıl girdiğimizi. Ben bir kene geçeyim. Tamam. Bak direkt çat diye çıktı Sinan abi. Ya sen Sinan abi. Vallahi merak ediyorum Sinan abi seni ha. Ama acıma, nasıl oynuyorsan öyle oyna.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Beginning operation.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Gets the counter in. Gets a good read on their opponent. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Backs them into the corner. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. The throw misses. Grabs him. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they were right to be on guard there. Low heavy hits, mixed up incoming. What'll happen here? Player 2 will have to fight that. Oh!
Bak şansım yaver gitti.
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Right off the bat, there's no hesitation. They start the offensive by charging forward. Spin knuckle. Player 1 can build off experiencing burnout. Going in, player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Grabs and throws them away. Medium kick hit. A quick breather. The low. Player 2 just goes for it at this range. Knockdown. Here comes the victim. And eats it. There's the drive impact.
Çok iyiydin. Çok iyi yakadın.
Looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super. Last round.
Sinan abi bak bu iyiydi. Hoppala.
Juicy punish counter. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. The low kick hits. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Escape whoops the low. Amazing. Dangerous range here. Medium kick into both sides getting ready. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Denied! Keeps cool and locks him out. Plus anti-air. Turns out. Noticeable luck day.
Hoppa.
Player 1 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Nothing stops this train. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Medium kick hit. The throw misses. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. Will this super art connect? The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers down to the wire. Were they baiting them into that? Uses their drive to maximize their smart play KO. Player 2 takes the round.
Rejo selamlar, hoş geldin.
What else can they get away with?
Arkadaşlar bu arada Sinan abiyle oynuyorum, bilginiz olsun.
They were expecting that drive impact. Aerial punch. Experiencing burnout. Dual gain control of the match in the early going. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 2 in dire straits. They're going for the super art. This Dragon Lash flame could be big. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the
Hoppala.
The low kick hits. Flatline there.
Sinan abi çok stratejik oynadın ha.
Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Rejo yaş kaç bu arada? Nereden?
Goes for the jump. The low. Rushes that off and keeps
Hoppala.
more fuel to the fire. Cook them up.
Bunu kötü yedik.
Kept this one classified because it's straight up nasty. Delta ran a scope. Made smart use of the game. Good super. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. What are they gonna do? Medium kick into pumps him hard. Ugh, scuff him. Do they throw them?
Ah!
Gotta hand it to
Kardeşim hoş geldin.
They put on a real clinic match.
Sinan abi tebrik ederim bu arada. Ha. Müziği azaltayım mı biraz? Sinan abi gayet iyisin, daha ne olacak? Eline sağlık. Arkadaşlar bir de şu bu arada Kamuran Sinan abi savunmayı nasıl yapıyorsun? He.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Beginning operation.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
İşte bloğu nasıl yapıyorsun? Bloğu ben savunmayı tam yapamıyorum.
What's going to happen? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. And they outlast it. Was looking for that jump attack. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Medium kick here. Nice counter. Player 2 can't use any more drive without burning out. Closing moments of experiencing burnout. Player 2 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. The low heavy connected.
Çok iyi aldın.
Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
The impact doesn't do anything. Connects with medium kick.
Çok güzeldi.
Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Ah, burnout activated.
Çok iyi aldım.
Looking to impress with this super. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Sinan abi savunmayı bayağı iyi yapıyorsun ha.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Starts off zoning with fireball. Knew they'd go for it. That's a good read. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. There's a punch counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. They can open up this round big by confirming KO.
Güzel.
Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Pops them with a shorty. Flashes him. Player 2 will need to play it. Burnout activates. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. This is gonna be bad news. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna put low heavy? Player 2 is barely hanging in there, but the impact squashed. Yo, put that away. Full stop, all the throw connects. Wow, reads the counterattack. The low kick hit. Oh my god, they just choked it up. In attack range. Whoa, critical art now? Gets the tip. Heavy. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Blocks the impact. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. The low kick connects. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Player 2 is just about out of drive out of that. Still slugging it out here. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Absorbs the attack and fires back. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Each hit is so important here. The impact doesn't do anything. The low heavy connected? Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Burnout activates. Rushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Shoryuken? Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in super art. That's not gonna hit. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here.
Hoppala, bayıldı gittik yine.
Player 1 brings it home.
Üstad bu oyunda ana beceremediğim şey benim savunma.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Pops him with a shorty. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. They need to hold out. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. The throw misses. Gets the knockdown, and now uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Big low reaching heavy. Gets the jump in. Knockdown. They break things off to take a quick breather. The jump in catches them in a dire situation. They can't avoid rolls in.
Hoppala.
Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Yo, put that away. Drops them with a shorty. Player 2 will look to apply burnout activates. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Just goes for it at this range. A quick breather. Player 2 just put themselves on equal footing with that super. Nobody blinked. You've got to be experiencing burnout. A jump. Oh, they switch sides. Reads the jump in perfectly. Finds the target.
Hoppala.
What a finish. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Pops them with a shorty. The counter is blocked. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. All right.
Hoppala.
Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Drive gauge finally recovers. Very solid corner switch. Knockdown. We're near the end of the round. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Brushes off the impact. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player 2 is going to have a hard time experiencing burnout. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious. How will they utilize this? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here.
Hop, bunları yanlış yaptım mesela.
Throws them forward and maintains the corner gauge. Burnout activates. Jumps up, low heavy. How's this? Sure you can. Going in. KO. Player 1.
Sinan abi çok stratejik iyi oynuyorsun valla.
Build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Medium kick hit. Converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Absorbs the attack and fires back. How's this? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown. Well-timed corner switch. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Burnout is triggered. Hits them with a stop and block. Brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? The Dragon Lash Flame giving them a side switch on top of the damage. Player 2 might KO. Player 2.
Fatih benim tarz direkt şey ya. Ken Ryu. Ama Ken daha iyi uyuyor.
Round 2. Fight.
Checks with a medium kick. Goes to the overdrive. Anticipated that counter and blocks. Long low attack, experiencing burnout. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. A quick breather. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Breaks those shins. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Big quick uses the gift, wraps it up.
Çok iyi yakaladın Sinan abi.
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. That combo low heavy turns out. Player 2 is it nothing stops this.
Hoppala.
Pokes with a kick. Excellent block. Good medium poke. They push their way out of the corner. What are they gonna do? Player 2 can't win this without pulling the critical art now. Looking to follow up after that target. All the throw connects. Both closes it out. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. They were right to be on guard there. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Taking stock. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Gets the knockdown, and now can't tech the throw. Life lead opens up. Knockdown. Life lead is opening up with nice counter. A quick breather. Player 2 with blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Oh, easy tech. Down to the wire. There's the drive.
Çok güzel yakaladın.
Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
The impact doesn't do anything. They were right to be on guard there. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Gets out of the corner. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Medium kick hits. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Connects with medium kick. Shows the box for the critical art. Gets the critical art. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a way to take this fight. Now they gotta think of a follow-up. Player 2 adds a bit of OD spice. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. The super hits and this looks like
Güzel yedik bunu.
a kill.
Locked on.
Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Flashes him. Brushes off the impact. Stays cool and counters. Is that going to condition them to be more conservative? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Knockdown. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Life lead is opening up, but it still cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive impact. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Fight.
Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Experiencing.
Vay çok güzel kestin.
Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Just goes for it at this range. Going in, player 2 has an empty drive gauge. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Knockdown and knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Walls flat into the guard break. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player 2 burns out. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe.
Ya hoppala.
This is gonna kill. No doubt.
Süper yakaladım.
What a finish!
Medet, bu arada ben Mortal Kombat oynamadım kardeşim daha. O yüzden hani ikisinin karşılaşmasını yapamam ama dövüşte böyle bıçaktır, baltadır, bilmem de çıkan oyunları sevmiyorum.
Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Fires off in overdrive. Will that drive impact get punished? Whiffing a drive impact opens a huge window to get punished. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? This is a tough spot. Taking stock. Player 2 is also with a super art connect in a direct.
Çok güzeldi.
Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Misses the drive impact, brushes that off and keeps going. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with burnout activate. Scrapping it out up close. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. This is bad news. Player 2 just goes for it at this range. They're going for the super art. Both fighters planning something. Both life and super art gauge going on the offensive. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Drive usage is back on the table. Knock down all the throw connects.
Allah Allah. Üçünde de kontra yapmaya çalışırken yedim hep ya. Yo, öyle bir şey yok.
Burnout is triggered. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Big counter. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to fall down to the wire. Picture perfect punish counter. Takes a trip. Life lead opens up. Grabs him. Player 2 can't experiencing burnout. Closing moments of the match. One hit pay. Player 1
komboları iyi yapıyorsun.
first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Tries to set the tone with that charging attack. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. What's this? Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 just goes for it at this range. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here. Counting on the super to do the job. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. The drive impact doesn't work. Quick brief, nice counter. Dangerous range here. Excellent block. Burnout activates. There's the drive impact.
Yapma.
Player 2 can't use any low heavy. Closing moment, knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Gets the tip with the
İşte bak, o hareket yaptığın zamanki savunmayı ben yapamıyorum bir türlü. Ya onu bilmiyorum yani.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Right kick for a mix-up. Neither of them willing to back off here. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Combo with the target combo. With the throw. Throws them to negate the block. All right, what's coming up next? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Brushes off the impact. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table.
Hoppala.
Down.
Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Who's going to start things off? Impact's a no-go. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their experiencing burnout. What'll happen here? Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Looking for a chance. Connects with medium kick. Medium kick hit. Raw critical. What's gonna happen? The path to a win looks very much super hard. Went for the chip kill. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
Kardeşim selam, hoş geldin. Ya Sinan abiyle oynuyorum.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? That drive impact is blocked. The impact gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. You're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Can they outlast it? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner.
Hoppala, çok iyi yakaladım be abi.
Heats it up with a combo into super. Taking stock. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could get some. Player 1 picks up the...
Kardeşim valla yolun her şey, uğraşıyoruz, koşturmaca.
To keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Throw miss. Medium experiencing burnout. Medium kick. Flashes him. Risky up close scrap still going. Going in. They can't.
Hoppala, çok kötü oynuyorum şu an.
Checks with a medium kick. Breaks those shins. Oh, they're in the corner now. The low kick hits. The kick hits.
Bu el çok kötüydüm arkadaşlar.
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Nice solid counter. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weakened. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. They hit each other. Taking stock. Throws them to negate the block. This is a critical point of the round. This is gonna be bad news. Player, a gutsy fireball gives them the round. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum.
Round 2. Fight.
Are we going to see some fireworks? They were right to be on guard there. Doesn't miss a beat. A quick breather. Players, burnout activates. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Jumps. Hits them with a stop.
Hoppala, kötü yedik.
Looks like they both want to stay critical. What's gonna happen?
Aldı mı? Alamadı.
Both light and super hard gauges are not looking good. Time to grind it out. Shoryuken? Oh, huge damage. Aerial Tatsu. KO! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round.
Karşılıklı.
Final round. Who will the fighting game gods pick? They were right to be on guard there. That combo hits them with a stop and bop. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until burnout activates. Player 2 has an empty drive gate. This is a very precarious situation. There's a drive.
Oh bala, bunu kötü yedik.
Okay, here we go. The low. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up.
Oh bala.
Doesn't set the low. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first.
Aynen rakibi iyi bayağı.
This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged.
Vay ne yakaladım be.
Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. What's the play here? Long low attack hits. Uses a long range attack there to zone them perfectly. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Takes a trip. G-right kick for a mix-up.
Hoppala, çok iyi kestin.
Going in? Oh god, this is tense. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Baits out the attack.
Çok iyiydi. Aldı be.
Player 1 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up?
Round 2. Fight.
Confirm on the impact. Not a counter, but they'll take it. Hold your breath. This is gonna be bad news. Punishes there with the drive impact. Really laying on the pressure. Oh, says no to the impact. Burnout activates. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta
Çok iyiydi.
overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 2, it's a good spot to use the super. A quick breather. Raw critical. What's gonna happen? Reads the jump in perfectly. Ooh, what a smart
Çok iyi yakaladım be.
What happened here? Will this super art do it? Smart decision there. The chip damage was enough.
Ya şimdi ben savunmayı hiç beceremiyorum hacı abi. Savunmayı hiç beceremediğim için bana sorarsan benim de yenme şansım yok. Ya Sinan abi savunmayı bayağı iyi yapıyor.
We ain't even close to done yet. Hits them with a stop and buy. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Is that a good decision? Player 2 is using their drive liberally.
O yakaladı.
Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. And they outlast it. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Neither of them willing to back off here. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Who will come up under his drive impact to close the round? Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. That drive impact doesn't get through. Hits them with a stop and go.
Hop, çok iyi yakaladın.
The drive impact whiffs. They're going for the super art? You gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Both light and flawless.
Hoppala.
So quick. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Brushes that off and keeps going. Burnout activates. There's the impact.
Hoppala. Bunları çok kötü yedim ya.
Go unpunished. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. What's next? Cannon spike. Player low heavy. Are they going to be able to come? There's a burnout. See that? Amazing. Overhead. Player two can't use any drive.
Hoppala, çok iyi yakaladım be abi. Hacım iş vurmadan değil, şey yapıyorsun. Vursan da savunmada kaldığı zaman vurmuyor.
They really took it down to the wire.
Here comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Operation.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Abi ne zaman istersen ben buradayım. Bu son olsun dediğin gibi. Ama normalde ara ara gel.
Stays cool and counters. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Player 2
Çok iyi aldın.
burnout state trips them up. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Long low attack hits. Taking stock.
Hoppa.
What's next? In a dire situation. Gets
Ah.
player 1 on the board first with a win.
Ya mecbur öğreneceğim. Öğrenmezsem olmuyor çünkü.
Hit them with a stopping blast. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Got their eye on the air. Burnout activates. What'll happen here? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Cammy speed on full display.
Aynen dediğin gibi.
It's the Delta Red Assault. Quick breather. Player, oh my god, they just choked it up. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Like low heavy. Raw super hard incoming. What were they thinking? What a finish.
Hoppala.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Sinan abi tebrik ederim. Temiz öldün yani, öyle söyleyeyim. Ama şu savunmayı öğretmen lazım bana. Anladım abi. İşte korumaya nasıl alıyorsun? Yani geri çekerek mi alıyorsun sadece kolu?
We currently have a player on a winning streak.
Yani bir saniye alayım. Göstereceğim şimdi. Sinan abi yeni savunmada söylediğim bu değil mi?
Here comes a new challenger.
Anladım abi. Bakalım. Hani ben
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
normal sanat savunmayı kullanabilmem lazım ama.
This will be a good fight. Round one.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round.
Hoppala.
Has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Grabs him. Player one chases him down. Takes a trip.
Güzel yaptın.
Picks up the win with a projectile. Good.
İyi odaklanalım şimdi arkadaşlar.
Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Burnout is triggered. The throw misses. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Out of drive game. Now's the time.
Hoppala.
Oh. Fires off a Shifu Hadouken. A quick breather. Breaks the block with a throw. Baits out the low kick. In there.
Güzel bak. Onu iyi öğrendim Sinan abi. Mesela o çaprazı bilmiyordum ben.
To finish that fight.
Çapraz yapınca direkt koruyormuş.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Let's see, brushes that off and keeps going. Wins the throw. The toss up connects. Throws him down. All right. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Nice tech.
Güzeldi. Aferin sana.
Willing to back off here. Shoots off a fireball up close. Grabs him. Life lead opens up. Gets him. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to
İşte dediğim gibi bloğu şimdiye kadar bilmiyordum abi ben. Geri çekiyordum almıyor. Geri çekiyorum almıyor. Niye diyorum almıyor acaba?
anticipated that counter and blocks. Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Wow,
Yapma.
big time damage there. Player one will look to apply pressure. KO.
Çok dağınık oynadım ya. O alttan vurmayı da beceremiyorum henüz.
Dragon Lash connects with the throw. Oh, yo, Rock super hit. The super doesn't hit. Drops him with a shorty. What throw is denied. What a read. Jeez, how can they read each other so well? Player one is in burnout state. Okay, low heavy. Player two needs to take advantage of this cage disparity. Taking chunks throws them. What's next? What team has Shogun to push forward? Both sides getting ready. A projectile to stay kicked.
Yapma.
Done. Player two really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama.
Oğlum ne yapıyor bu ya? Vallahi savunmayı öğrettin, o bayağı işime yarayacak Sinan abi.
Here comes a new challenger.
Vallahi bakacağız abi.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it. So let's
Norveçli bir arkadaş geldi.
Warriors are capable of. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Definitely saw that counter coming. Goes for an overhead. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Taking stock. Player 1 is me, and that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 1
Ha.
round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Throws them to negate the block. Burnout activates. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Both fighters planning something? That's a counter. Flashes them. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal. Not much life left. KO. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Ya kendine çok açık veriyorum. Orası doğru dediğin gibi. Ama Marisa da çok hantal geliyor abi ya bana.
Bet that hurt.
Here comes a new challenger.
Öyle yani, vuruş güçleri inanılmaz yüksek. Orası ayrı dediğin gibi.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
The top player is here. Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Shows the overhead. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? Player 2 is just about out of drive. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Takes a trip. Trying to read each other here?
Lan orada nasıl kaçırdım be?
Did well to get the buff in there. Next hit will end the round. The drink level's at 4. Okay, oh. Player 1 picks up the first round.
Ya saçları açınca bayağı iyi oluyor herif.
Round 2. Fight.
To create space to start. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Nice counter. That counter's got to have rattled them. Still scrapping for control of the space. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive game. Now's the time. Uses the target combo as a filler.
Hayda.
A super art? This Dragon Last Blade could be big. Both sides getting ready. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Not even kick out of nowhere.
Komple her şeyi karıştırdım şu an.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
comes a new challenger.
Bak bu adam da fena değil.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
All right, you ready? Don't expect me to be a pushover. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Checks with the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Box him with a target climb. Takes a trip. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with Getso. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Brushes off the impact. Flashes him. Throws him to negate the block. Player 1 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up. Knockdown and player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Chin right kick for a mix. Brushes that off and keeps going. Jumps up. They're going for the super art. This Dragon Lash flame could be big. See that? Hits that with confidence. Brings the impaler. Slams on the brakes and shuts off the counter. Player 2 is gonna burn out. Okay, there's a burnout. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Checks with a sandblast. Adds a bit of OG spice there. Flashes him. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Experiencing burnout. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Getting up close and personal. Just frame knuckle. Oh, yo, Rock, super hit. Excellent read. Have the Vulcan blast sealed the deal? Crowns him from above. What a finish. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
İşte Sinan abi, ben de oyun stilini sürekli değiştirme noktası biraz zayıf. Çok güzeldi.
Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Knockdown. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? They gotta be careful. Oh! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do. Aerial Tatsu. Big counter.
Hoppala.
It's a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Smart play with the throw. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while.
Güzel.
Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Springs forward with the drive rush. Gotta be kept experiencing burn. Closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Ooh, it looks like adds a bit of OD spice there. Pops them with a shorty. Burnout activates. Knew the throw was coming. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Okay, here we go.
Güzel.
Player 1 is in a very good spot now. All in with the rush. Player 1 can't use drive. Oh!
Yapma, yakalama. Kötü yakaladı ya. Herif güzel dövdü. Ama zevkli oynuyor herif.
Solid throw tag. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Throws him. What's next? Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Takes a trip. Player 2 is gonna have to pay. Oh!
Teşekkür ederim Ali'cim. Bence de güzel dövüyorum.
Takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they? Burnout activates. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Risky up-close scrap still going. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. What'll happen?
Hoppala.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The super doesn't hit.
Çok güzel yakaladı be.
The throw. Takes them up. And lands a rising uppercut. Player 1, he throws that off. Turns out.
Vay anasını.
Getting left. Will the super art do anything? Too slow. Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Put them on a t-shirt with that finish.
Ya bu çocukla oynadıkça ben bir şeyler öğrenirim o arada.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that rundown. Jumps in. Hits him with a stopping block. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Trips him up. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Will this super art connect? Starting something with the super. Player 2 turned this right around with that super. They don't need to go for anything big. Even a light tap could win this round.
Yapma. Zamanında yaptı. Çok güzel yaptı hem de.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent brushes that off and keeps going. Sure you can? Burnout activates. Still very early in the round. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Breaks the block with a throw. Player 2 off critical. What's gonna happen? The Pale Rider hits. Now they've got him trapped. How are they gonna get out? This is a critical moment. Side switch drives us back into that one.
Hoppala. Çok iyi yakaladı. Dayak yerken aldı maçı.
Brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Sinan abi orada mısın hala?
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Thompson with a shorty. Burnout is triggered.
Güzel.
Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout.
O yakaladı.
Fires off in overdrive. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Brushes that off and keeps going. Jumps. Uses the target combo as a filler. Oh, they're in the corner now.
Herif ne güzel dövdü be.
They're going for the super art. The Dragon Last Flame giving them a side switch on top of the damage. In there.
Herif güzel dövdü. Ben de tuşları karıştırdım komple.
Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Nails the anti-air. What? The throw is escaped. These two fighters are perfectly synced. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Oh! Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner.
Yapma.
Protect the throw. In in a dire situation. They can't afford any mistakes. All right, what's coming up here?
Kontrayı niye vurmadı acaba?
Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Yo, put that away. Throws them. What's next? Player one didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up. Flashes them. What's the next move? Player two has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Both fighters planning something? They return to
Yapma.
still slugging it out at this range. Does he not critical? What's gonna happen? A clean KO. Nice meter of it. What a finish!
Güzel yakaladı.
Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Flips the grab.
Yapma.
Rushes off the throw. Player two in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Player one, KO.
Çok pis yenildim burada.
Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Got their eye on the air. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Throws them to negate the block. Well, experiencing burnout. Still slugging it out at this range. Going in. Player two in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now is the time. This Dragon Lash Flame could be big. They're going for the super arc. The super doesn't hit. Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Shoryuken throws them. What'll happen here? A super arc? Dragon Lash Flame hooks them up good. Hits the drive. Tons of space between the fighters. Willing to risk it for flatlines them. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Fight round. Fight.
Checks with a sandbag. This can lead to some big damage. Throw leaves them wide open. Both genius read with that throw escape. Going in. Player two in dire straits with burnout. Getting up close and personal. With anti-air in this one. Rising uppercut. Drops him hard. The throw is denied. No way.
Güzeldi.
No signs of letting up from out of the corner. There's nothing stops this train. Burns out. Player two. Oh, yo, rock super hit. Wait, what? Are they actually dead? Wasn't a sure bet.
Allah Allah.
So on point. Player one comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Look tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. What's the play here? Player two has used up all of their drive gauge. And they outlasted. Player two needs to deal with this burnout. Taking stock. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player two chases them down, saw them sweating against the wall, and gets in the throw. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Brushes off the impact. Player two did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? A super arc? The super doesn't hit. Player two in dire straits with burnout. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. What'll happen here? Risky up close scrap still going.
Yapma, yapma, yapma.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out their win? Whiffs with that huge attack. Pops them with a shorty. Burnout activates. Players, they're going for the super art? What were they thinking? All the throw connects. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Target combo into... Gets the counter hit. It is over.
Bir bozamadım herifin bu şeyini ya, kombosunu.
Was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Throw whips. They were right to be on guard there. Grabs them. Good work staying in throw range there. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. They need to hold out. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Will this super art connect?
Yapma.
Life leap rising uppercut. KO. Player 1 takes a round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Gets the jump in. How will they take advantage? Experiencing burnout. Pops them with a shoryu. Neither of them willing to back off here. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What
Yapma, o
separates the
aldı.
good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. What'll happen here? Hits them with a stopping box. Puts the exclamation point on that with a no critical art now. A clean KO. Nice meter of it.
Oha be. O kadarını da alma be.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run. Throws them to negate the block. No more drive gauge. Lots of aggression from
Güzel.
both sides. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Gets back into the corner with pressure building. Life lead opens up. Reads their mind and takes the throw. Shoryuken? Threads it cleanly.
Savunmayı hala beceremiyorum ya.
Board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Stand blast. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them to negate the block. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Scrapping it out up close. Knockdown and player 1 baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Closes it with a classic corner throw. Player 1 brings it home.
Lan daha
See if they can build up
ilk round sanıyorum ben de. Herif çoktan dövmüş, sepetlemiş bile.
right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Anticipated that counter and blocks. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Gets a chance with that jumper. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Knockdown. Player 1 chases.
Yapma.
Neither of them willing to get some. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Throws out a projectile. Throws them to negate the block. Experiencing burnout.
Çok güzel vurdu.
Shoryuken? Player 2 has an empty drive through. This is a very precarious situation. Genius read. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a... Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Pops him with a shoryu. Risky up connects with the throw. Both fighters, nice counter. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. There's a flatline zone. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Who hits the drive? The last round. It's now or never. Sets up with the jump in. They're going for the super art. Driving last lane cooks them up good. Player 1 with the lead pumps the brakes on the impact. Player 2 is in burn connect.
Yapma, çok iyi yakaladı.
Amazing. Drops him hard. Throws him. Both sides getting ready. The cross super art incoming.
Lan ben yaptım. Benimkini alması lazım.
System down with the super. Now that's how you take a round. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Uses the drive gauge. Not so fast. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive. Will this decision pay off for them? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Trips him up.
Güzel.
Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily
Bak mesela
without using any drive-reliant moves. Oh, with the throw. Knockdown. They don't need to go for experiencing burnout. Player 2 has completely used in there.
yapma.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Perfect input. Not letting up. Goes in on the impact. Burnout activates. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious
O
situation.
yakaladı ya.
A quick breather. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Long critical. What's gonna happen? The path to a win looks very tough. Roses with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
Arkadaşlar bu arada yayına 10 dakika ara vereceğim. 10 dakika sonra tekrar Street Fight'da buradayım. Bilginiz olsun. Sinan abi seninle tanıştığıma çok memnun oldum. 10 dakika sonra buradayım. Eğer hala burada olursan. Kendinize dikkat edin arkadaşlar. Sağlıcakla kalın.